Damn, she really took it and ran.
I see your challenge and I won up it. All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another coffee break. I feel like it's been a while. If you're new here, go ahead. Sorry, interrupt me. It's fine. It's fine.
No. You say the lag made it seem like I hadn't spoke yet, but you see. No, I was saying it's my fault. Between me playing GTA and Tia's love of GTA and how it coincided with a Monday, it's my fault.
No, literally. Okay, so welcome to Geek Vibes Nation. If you've never been here, welcome. This is a coffee break where I, Tia, and she, Brittany, just talk about BS. But I was going to say, we were supposed to, I believe, record last Monday. And Brittany was playing GTA 5, and she's like, I could either continue, because I was watching her, right? Because she does this on Twitch. She's like, I could either continue, or she was like, I can cut this short and we could do the podcast. And I was like, you're about to get to Trevor's story.
Oh my gosh.
You need to keep playing. So it was kind of my fault too.
This man is such a freaking trash man, but I love him. Why?
We love the trash man.
We love a trash man.
Sorry. I had to take just a beautiful, wonderful sip of my water.
Are you sponsored? Are you sponsored by the water?
I am. Coldest water bottle down below.
Oh my gosh. It has to be the coldest water that has ever existed in the entire world. You think you've been to Antarctica? You think you know cold water? You haven't tried cold water. You haven't tried cold water until you have tried the coldest water. Preach!
What's going on in this podcast?
Oh no. You know what? I felt better after I ran downstairs. So before the podcast, I gave an impromptu, I'm sponsored by Red Bull speech.
Which we're not.
Which we're not. And Gia was like, she's like, I'm going to need you. You're like, here? I'm going to need you to go down like right here.
Take it down a notch. But, so Brittany, what were you doing before this podcast? Anything fun?
Fighting with banks. I was actually, right before you called, I was trying to figure out Adobe Premiere, which if you saw my eyes cut for a second, it's because I realized that it's the video editing software. And I was like, why is my camera being real finicky? And I was like, oh, it's because I got that shit running in the background, and it will eat your CPU, your graphics card, it'll eat your mother, it'll eat everything around it if you let it just stay doing its thing.
That's like Filmora. Like, I can't do anything on my computer when Filmora is running. It just takes over everything.
You know, I think that's one thing. Is like, people are always like, oh, you should video edit. You should make YouTube videos. You should do this. People don't realize you've got to have the equipment to do it, because it ain't nothing that's just going to run on like a little tiny baby laptop. It's going to need a laptop. It's going to need something like what Tia has, where she can still do Zoom and everything else. But I bet it still gets a laptop freaking hot, because it gets my laptop freaking hot. My gaming computer, it's pretty fine, but every now and then I'll hear it kick on, where I hear
well, like
it sounds like a plane taking off.
So this laptop is fine. It's only when Filmora is running that it's like everything else is kind of slow. My laptop before this, literally nothing could ever run, and Filmora itself was the slowest shit. Like, a 5-minute video could take me hours to edit, just because it would skip so badly. Like, you would go and it would just and it's like you couldn't do anything. So it's like, I'm happy that I was able to afford this laptop, because I was saying to Paulie, I was like, I just don't know how I'm going to be able to video edit when my computer literally can't handle anything. And then it came to, like, that computer sucked anyway. It had like no memory on it, because it came to a point where I couldn't even like export the videos that I had finished editing, because it was like, there's no room for that.
It probably took forever to render it after you like edited it. And like try saying that 5 times fast. Edited. But You just got me thinking, between video editing and everything else going on. So I'm about to be in New York with Tia, maybe being my sister, the love of my life, but not like that. But but I was gonna say, I'm about to be there and we're gonna be doing a coffee break over there. But I just got thinking we could possibly do one while we're at the press lounge.
That is
Do one
very
for
true.
coffee, and we could have Dan and them on.
We can have all of them. Yes, because Geek Vibes Nation will be at New York Comic Con this year. I'm very excited. Um, Make sure if you're going to New York Comic Con this year, you got your vaccine card because they will be requiring that. So that's going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait to go. I can't wait to look at all the costumes that we're going to see this year. And I want to start
Me
this off.
too.
I want to start this off with I bet you. We can make a bet right now. I bet you that we're going to see so many people cosplaying as the people from Squid Game. 100%.
Oh, I could definitely see that. I also think we're gonna see an influx of cosplays that incorporate a mask into them. So
Yeah.
that because I would do the same thing. Like when I was gonna do Link from Breath of the Wild, when he wears the Gerudo outfit, and wears like the little face cover, I would wear a mask. If I was gonna still do that, I would have wore a mask and then wore that over it so that you could still like see it and have that incorporated. But they are not messing around with New York Comic Con. I was reading the mask policy because I was like, I want to make sure I got everything up to date. They are finding every work. They are like, we will not accept workarounds from you people. Because have you seen where people are like, well, I am wearing a mask, but it's a crochet mask, like with big holes in it. They said no. They said no mesh masks, no masks that are ripped up, nothing that like it can't just cover up here and let all the air down here. They're like, it has to be a gosh darn mask, like a masky mask.
Well, it's so funny. So, as you know, I'm a big fan of H3H3. And Ethan Klein just started a new podcast with this guy, Hassan Piker, which I had never heard of the guy before this. But there, what's that look for?
I,
What's that look for?
I know him. He's a big Twitch streamer. Yeah, yeah. I definitely know him.
Okay, so Ethan and Hassan started a new podcast together. It's called The Leftovers. And so in their recent episode, which is episode 2, I won't say the name of the company because you never know, like companies try and go crazy now, and we're a small YouTube channel. We don't have
Don't sue us for defamation.
Yeah.
You ain't getting shit from us.
But you can go watch the episode The Leftovers. They talk all about the company. But I will say that there's a company that is making masks for people who don't want to wear masks. So it's a mask, but it looks literally like fishnets because they're like, oh, it's breathable. So you get around the whole,
Oh my
like,
God.
oh, you have to wear a mask thing, but you're still breathing. And it looks so silly. And I could just imagine like people going to New York Comic Con trying to like put something on like that to try to like get over the whole rule. And it's like, we should be lucky that New York Comic Con is even happening in person.
I want to say, yeah.
Considering San Diego Comic Con was still virtual this year.
Yeah. Well, another thing is like being from the South, not having like a lot of knowledge of how everything is up there. New Yorkers don't play around. They are savage. They will tell you how they feel and what they're thinking. And I say this because I have never had a problem with TSA until I went to JFK Airport and they were like, get on, lady, get out of here. Like they were very like, get the hell out of my face. You are not moving fast enough. So if it comes to like mask wearing at New York Comic Con, they're not gonna mess around. They're not gonna be like, but see, it is a mask covers my face. I'm like, no, 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 no. None of that bullshit. Like they will.
I will say New York
see
Comic Con has always been like really good at checking things too, because like obviously a lot of cosplayers want to be certain characters and certain things, and sometimes those costumes involve having things that look like, weapons, right?
Yeah.
So they're like very good at making sure that all that shit is fake. Like a few years ago, they even came out with something that said like all of it has to, and correct me if I'm wrong because I don't know exactly, but it was like one of those things where it was like all things have to like be made out of like styrofoam or some shit like that, like
Yeah.
really making sure that nothing, which I remember angered a lot of people because they literally released that like 3 months before Comic-Con. People are like, I've been working on shit for like a year and
Yeah.
like what am I supposed to do now?
That was another thing is especially with like fake guns that they bring, you have to have the orange marking tip on
Yeah.
the tip of it and to make sure people are like, hey, yo, not real.
Yeah, exactly. Like, so yeah, I mean, it will be interesting near Comic-Con this year, but I'm still happy that we're being able to like have it in person in the first place.
I'm most excited about seeing Tia. It's been
Oh
so
my
long.
god.
It's been so long. I'm hoping between getting to see her and getting to do the coffee break, it's going to be amazing.
Amazing. Yes.
Amazing.
Amazing. I
Speaking of
recently
which, on that,
go ahead.
oh no, you go ahead.
No,
You
you
go
go
ahead.
ahead. You go ahead.
Nope. Canadian standoff.
Oh my god. I was gonna say doing this, like I've watched the Many Saints of Newark, and so my Italian is really it's coming in. We had a little bit of technical difficulties because
Yeah, it's fine.
why would it be any sort of podcast with us if there weren't technical difficulties?
I mean, fair enough. Fair enough.
Remember when we used to do our top tens on Blog Talk and literally like shit would drop constantly?
And we would panic. Well, I would panic because I was still really shy at talking. That was before I was doing a lot of my Twitch stuff. And then you'd be like, just keep it going, Britt. Just keep it going. Because we had to do it a certain way. And you would drop out and I'd be like, I felt like
That's
that
because there was no like pausing the thing. Like on Zoom, you can pause, right? But
yeah.
on Blog Talk, it was like it's just live, and you just have to keep going.
Who was it? Which of the what was the singer that she was on Saturday Night Live and the track ran out and like
Oh
while she
man,
was lip syncing and she just started did that little awkward jog
Ashley
that like that little
Ashley
jig that was
Simpson.
me. That was me. That was me. Whenever that would happen, I'd be like, "Please help me."
It was Ashley Simpson.
Damn, who's that? No, I was joking.
No, wow.
Oh,
It was literally Jessica Simpson's sister. Not for nothing.
wasn't she?
Go ahead.
I really liked her music.
I
I
was
will
just
say
gonna
that.
say she had one song that was like pretty good. And I was into it. And so when the whole thing happened, I was just like, oh damn.
Did they speak? Did she speak to your soul? What little you have of one?
You know that
Dang.
you know that like TikTok gifts, not gifts, sorry. That TikTok sound thing that's like, oh, you gobbled your last school.
Yeah, yes. You know what's funny is one of the guys at work constantly says that.
Really?
Constantly. Yeah.
Ooh,
Constantly.
you gobbled your
You-
last school.
Yeah, because when we're doing D&D, right? D&D, they're like, we always have one dumb party member. Okay, by the way, we went against Ted Cruz. We went against Ted Cruz in our D&D campaign. He was a cult leader, and we had to bring him down. I don't know what I don't know what inspired our DM, but somebody was like, well, we're perfectly fine. We escaped Ted Cruz, and one of the guys was like, I want to turn around and I want to try to kill Ted Cruz in D&D before secret agents come for me. And freaking our DM is like, you gobbled your last goog because that was like the big bad, and he just went and took on Ted Cruz by himself. What did he expect?
Ooh, you gobbled your last school. That shit cracks me
Oh my
up
God.
so much. Like, I forgot what I was gonna say. Sorry, were you gonna say something?
I was just gonna say, me and Tia always, whenever we're together, we have one phrase that we repeat. Last time, actually, first time was I'm a boss ass bitch, 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 bitch. Now it's gonna be you gobbled your last. Is it good? What is it?
Ghoul.
Ghoul.
Yeah.
Ghoul. Okay.
Ghoul.
Ew.
Did you ever see? Oh my god, that's right. You never saw The Wedding Singer
I'm
because
sorry.
you just reminded me of when you're doing that, the whole Julia Gulia scene, which makes no sense to you because you've never seen the movie.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Do you know what I'm talking? You know what? For that, I'm going to explain it to you. So, for all those
Explain it.
who've never seen The Wedding Singer, it's probably one of Adam Sandler's best movies. I stand by that. And it's all about, in this movie, Adam Sandler being a wedding singer, and he becomes friends with this one girl who's supposed to get married, played by Drew Barrymore. Her name is, in the movie, her name is Julia. And she's supposed to get married to this other guy who's a real effing douchebag.
Oh, I do remember this. Okay, I want to hear it though. Keep going.
And she's clearly developed, and so Julia is clearly developing feelings for Adam Sandler's character. So literally, like right before she's supposed to get married, she's like staring at herself in the mirror in her wedding dress. And by the way, her douchebag fiance's last name is Gulia. So she's literally like sitting there looking at herself in the mirror and going, Julia, Gulia, Julia, Gulia. And she starts like crying because she can't say. And so Adam Sandler's character, his last name is Hart. So she's like, Julia Hart, and she's like smiling and everything because she clearly wants to be with Adam Sandler's character more. So that's just, I don't know, that just reminded me of it. We're watching Wedding Singer. We're watching Wedding Singer.
Can you imagine someone not wanting to be with you over your last name?
Oh no. He's just a douchebag in general. Like
no, I get that, but that's a pretty freaking awful. Like even with me, I've been like when there was like someone where you're like, oh, like little girl crushes on people, and you're like Brittany something, and I'll be like, that is disgusting.
How does my name go with this last name, which is like
How does this go with his last name?
Ridiculous.
I know.
Yeah, so it just
little kid dreams.
Exactly. It just reminded me of that, and I thought it was really funny. You have to see Wedding Singer. That is funny. You have to. I'm putting it on when you're here because you said you need to do homework, and it's the perfect movie to put on where you don't fully need to pay attention to it. You just need to be there for the laughs and the good times.
That's true. Also, so we need to watch The Mummy together. We are hitting the Brendan Fraser. That was how we kicked off.
That's how we kicked off coffee break. So Brendan,
we're gonna definitely go full circle.
Wait, but you've seen The Mummy, all right? So you have to watch The Mummy 2.
Yes.
I'm definitely
Venom
because you've never seen the first Venom, and we're gonna go see Venom. Let There Be Carnage. Definitely gonna put on The Wedding Singer, and I am definitely subjecting you to watching the first Sex and the City movie. It's just what it is. It's
joking. Of course, I'll watch whatever you want. Anything for you, baby girl. Anything you want, you got it.
So I wanted to talk to you about a show which I know that you haven't seen because I know that you haven't had time and everything, but I do think that when you get the time, you should definitely check it out. And it's on Netflix right now, and it's like pretty trending at this point, and it's called Squid Game. Now, I think you said you kind of have seen it a little, not seen the show, but you've seen like TikTok. So it's like now I'm on that side of TikTok, and I'm like, everyone's like now doing TikToks on it.
I wouldn't mind without like the threat of death, the whole like moving like as the song's going and when it ends, like when the robot turns around. I kind of think that sounds fun, without the whole chance of death thing.
Yeah, so like so those who are like watching, just to kind of give you all like a brief description of what this show is. So it's called Squid Game. It's 9 episodes. It's on Netflix right now. It's a South Korean show that very much reminds me a little bit of Battle Royale because the concept is like a bunch of people, they're brought together, and for this, it's like all these individuals who are really down on their luck financially, like all of them have like huge financial debt. X, Y, and Z. So they're like brought into this place and they're told like all you have to do is be here for 6 days, play 6 games, and whoever is like the winner at the end gets to win this like massive cash prize, which like pretty much equates into like 40-50 million dollars, in US, right?
Damn.
But what they're not told is that whenever you lose a game, you die.
And didn't they start out with like how many people? How many people? Like
it starts off literally with like 400 or something people, and like within that first game, so the first, and I'm sure like you've seen the TikToks and everything of the red light, green light, and so that's the first episode. I'm not going to ruin anything. I'm just going to like say, because people I'm sure at this point have seen that, and it's like the first game is literally like red light, green light, and none of these players know, like they're not told that they're gonna die. So they all think like, oh, okay, this is stupid, we're all adults and they want us to play children's game, whatever. So it's like, all right, red light, green light, and they go and then they stop when it's red light, and then like someone just gets sniped, and everyone, like a lot of people start freaking out, so they all start running, but because they're moving they start getting shot. And so it's like the quick realization,
Jesus
like
Christ.
oh shit. So it's insane, and like it's such a gripping show, and I really haven't seen a show in a while that has like, I just think it's so well done, like everything from the characters to the way it's visually prepared to the way the story like goes, and then even like the emotional toll it does, like every episode like gets, because you know how you watch shows and you're like, okay, I clearly know like who the main characters are, so they're untouchable, right? And like no one in the show is untouchable, and it's just fucking insane.
Man, it does sound intense. I get too attached to characters though. I'll just end up crying.
That's what I said when I first started watching it. So like I started a little part-time job outside of this, and so my bosses at that job were like, you should watch Squid Game, and they were telling me of the concept, and I was like, well, I get really attached to characters, and they're like, you won't get attached, like it's fine. And I'm watching it, I'm in like episode 2, and I go in the next day, I'm like, you all lied to me. I am super attached to these characters right now.
Yeah, what the hell?
But
sounds like a lie.
Sounds like a lie, but okay.
Okay.
But it's a really great show, Brittany. Like I would definitely recommend it. It's so captivating.
I'm gonna have to do it. I know. I've been telling Aaron, I'm like, he's like, I've been seeing this game everywhere. And he's like this Squid Game. And he's like, yeah, and I'm like, we're gonna have to watch it. We're gonna have to watch it together. And how long are each of the episodes?
I mean, they're long. They're like 15 minutes like each, so they are long, and obviously because it's in a different language, and so you have to read subtitles, so you definitely have to like be engaged.
I watch anime. I'm used to it.
No, not that. You know how like there's some shows you put on, you're like, I don't fully have to pay attention, like it's kind of there, but it's like obviously with this you have to be fully engaged in order to like really get the story and know what the hell is going on. But I so recommend Squid Game. I am obsessed, and that's why I think that definitely a lot of people are going to be cosplaying as those characters, because it's, I think, like the top rated Netflix show right now. People love this show.
I wouldn't doubt it, because people, especially where it feels like where you could participate in those games, people love shows where it feels like it's realistic enough that they go, okay, I could be in that game and I could survive.
Oh my God, I think about it and I'm like, I don't know if I'd survive any of these games. I would probably die within the first one.
I think I could survive the toffee one and the red light, green light. I'm not sure about the tug of war one. And I don't know any of the others besides those 3.
So there's the red light, green light, the toffee one, the tug of war. Oh my God, why am I forgetting all of a sudden? Oh, there's a game of marbles, and there's one where literally they have to like jump on glass, and then there's one, and they explain why it's called Squid Game. in the show. So yeah, I could probably win.
Damn.
Maybe I'd win the red light, green light. I feel like that's a pretty basic one once you get like the concept down, right? Like, okay, you guys.
Yeah, because you're not racing in that one, right? It's just as so long as you get over there.
Well, there is a timer. So if you don't make it
Okay.
over, if you don't make it over the line within a certain time, then you die.
Damn, I hate dying.
Sorry, I have to plug my computer in. Sorry.
Damn, she's dying. She's dead. She's gonna be gone.
See, I'm already not winning at Squid Game right now.
Hey, you got there before the timer. So
Oh.
technically
I'm good.
you
Yeah.
won.
I heard
You won.
so Squid Game is really good. I heard that Alice in Borderland is kind of similar, but like a darker version. So I'm gonna try to
Oh, I know
jump
what
on
you're
that
talking
next.
about. Yeah. I just saw a TikTok about it. I just saw a TikTok about it.
Look at
And
TikTok,
I went,
man.
huh, this looks a lot like Squid Games was the first thing I thought of.
Yeah, I mean that's what like I've heard. So I'm like, all right. But I do feel like emotionally I need to take a moment with Squid Game because like it I feel like the last 3 episodes really killed me.
Yeah.
Like the last 3 episodes 100% killed me where I was like, I need time right now to recover from this.
You're like, that's why like I took such a long break from reading because every story was like, depression, fighting, miscommunication. That is my least favorite trope in any freaking show, anything where the whole problem could have been solved by the two characters taking 5 seconds to talk to one another, and then it would have been fine.
To me, I don't think that there's many like plot holes in Squid Game. If there's one thing that frustrates me, and this is like a little bit of a spoiler, but I know that you don't really care about spoilers.
I do not care.
The main character of the show, like he's a nice guy and you can tell that his like heart's in the right place and he wants to be a good dad, but whenever like the opportunity arises for him to actually be with his daughter, he always chooses like something else. And like
damn.
Yeah, and it's like he's sitting there and he's like, okay, like I want to make money so I can like give it to my daughter and everything, but it's like, yeah, but you could die. Like I think
you could just be with her.
You could just but you'd rather go to Squid Game because that's the thing. Like this is another spoiler, sorry, but that's another thing because at some point they get there, but then they all do this like unanimous vote where they don't want to be there, so they all are sent home, like literally no consequences. Like the people who are in charge of this whole thing just like literally send them home, and then they all decide to go back. Fully knowing
what the fuck,
like fully knowing, because they're like, well, that money is really good though.
what the hell?
Yeah. Really interesting. The actress who plays, so there's like a main female character in the show, and she's like accumulated something like millions and millions of followers since Squid Game has came out. I'm gonna look it up right now. And this is reporting done by Deaf Noodles. So just to let everyone know. So it says
so take it with a grain.
You know, ever since, so I was really disliking him for a hot second, even though I then liked him.
Yeah.
But ever since he dropped the shtick, like, because he's dropped his whole like act and everything.
I hated it. Yeah.
I've started liking him again because now he's just like being authentic and everything. And I think like because his like main Twitter account was shut down due to like misinformation, and I feel like he's really like learned his lesson at this point. So I'm just saying. But
I would just say because after he was getting the nickname Defamation Noodles instead of Deaf Noodle, I was like, Okay, you might need a change, bud.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
So it says that Squid Game actress, and please forgive me, I know I'm gonna mispronounce this name, but Ho Yeon Jung has gained 13.2 million followers in less than 3 weeks. She is now the most followed actress on Instagram. I'm like, damn,
What
girl.
the hell?
Go you.
Dang.
Her character's
I love
amazing,
seeing
though.
Lady over your shoulder, by the way.
Lady, how you doing? You okay? You vibing? You thriving? She's looking at me like, what the hell? By the way, if you look at her, I do feel really bad. Like, Paulie and I, for a year and a half practically with this whole pandemic, we're home. I was doing all of my work from home. We were on unemployment, right? So like we were home, the pandemic, yada yada. So Lady had us home. I mean, we woke up together, we went on walks, like literally 100% like all together. And now that I have the part-time job and Paulie works and everything, I feel really bad because she's home alone for a certain period of time. And I feel like she's really sad over it.
No,
I know.
I can see it because they get so used to you just being right there with them all the time, and now they're like, "Why have you forsaken me, mother?"
I know. I know.
She'll get over it. No, sure.
Right, lady? You'll get over it. She's like cleaning herself, so good. Have fun there.
Yeah, she's good.
Have
She's
fun.
happy for now.
She's thriving. She's thriving.
She's
Ladybug.
thriving.
Ladybug is amazing, right, lady? Okay. Okay. The cats couldn't give a shit less. They're like all just like chilling on their own. They're like, whatever.
I know. I'm about to say the cats do their own thing, though. I still feel proud that when Sonny was still so antisocial, he still allowed me to pet him and even pick him up once, and
Yeah,
I was happy.
he's gotten more like opening up and everything because he wouldn't even let me pick him up. And now like he sometimes like wants my attention. I'm like, this is weird. Like you never were like this with me. You were like
I hope
Paulie's
they
boy.
remember me.
They're gonna be like, who this? New number, who this?
Who did? A new number. Who dis? New human. Who dis?
New this. But anyway, yeah. So that's what I just wanted to talk about Squid Game because it's amazing. I love it. I heard that the creator of Squid Game says that right now there's no plans for a second season, but I am telling you, I need a second season.
We gotta have another one.
We
I
need
was gonna say
you
can't go that kind of. You can't go that kind of success without like.
No, not at all. I mean,
gotta cash in.
Like even freaking Tiger King is getting a second season. Have you heard about that?
No! Wow! Wow! Who? What are they gonna do it on? Him in the prison?
Yeah, I get. Well, I was talking. I'm trying to look it up. I was talking about that today, where I was because literally that's like the reaction that a lot of people have. Like, okay, what's the second season on? And I'm like,
Yeah.
You could have it on him being in prison. Carol Baskin being on
Killed
dance.
her husband.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
We do have to say that allegedly. Allegedly, but you can have her, cover her being on Dancing with the Stars and all the other financial drama that's going on since then. So I mean, I guess they have stuff. I'm kind of looking forward.
Something.
I'm kind of looking forward to it. I like totally rode the like Tiger King train when it first came out on Netflix. I was like, this is the most wackadoodle shit I've ever seen, and I need more.
It took me forever to actually watch it, but then my mom was obsessed with it.
Was she really?
I know. I'm always I'm always late to the party. I'm sorry.
Did you actually finish it?
I did.
What do you think what do you think of all that?
Insane. 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 It was fucking wild.
It's insane to think that someone like him exists.
I know. So could you imagine somebody having such a hate boner for you that they were like, you know what? I want to pay someone to kill you because I really don't like you.
You know, it's so funny. So today I was thinking about, like, I was talking about Tiger King, right? And like, I legit forgot the dude's name was Joe Exotic. I was sitting there like,
Yeah.
I was like, what is this guy's name? And in my head, I was thinking about Joe Dirt. And my
Oh my god, I mean, not too far away. I
and,
mean,
and before I said it, because I was talking about it with my boss over at my part-time job, I was like, oh my god, what's his name? And then I was thinking about like Joe Dirt, and just as I was thinking it, he goes, "Oh, I don't know, Joe Dirt, right?" And I was like,
oh my gosh, had like a mind sync.
everyone thinks this guy is Joe Dirt apparently, but he's Joe Exotic. Yeah, I
Apparently.
Tiger King was insane. I'm looking forward though to a second season. I'm good with the mayhem. Like, give me more. I will eat that shit up.
Damn, she's obsessed with Tiger King.
Well, I don't know. I just want like sometimes like to me that's like the epitome of like shit that you could just put on in the background and not really pay attention to it, you
No.
know?
Yeah, that's exactly what I did with it too. I would like brainstorm with you while it was going on in the background.
Yeah, because it's just good like TV trash. But so that's what I'm looking forward to. I mean, Brittany, I know you're looking forward to coming here, but is you're not watching anything, right? Right now?
No.
You're just
Nope. The
gaming.
only thing that's been on my plate is gaming, D&D, work, and coming there.
When are you gonna get back to GTA 5?
Okay, I'll play it next time. How about that? I'll try to play it next time. Just for
Yeah,
you.
you can't start the story and then not complete the story.
I will probably have to wait until I get like come back from New York.
Okay, fine, but you still need to do it.
I promise. I will say Trevor's freaking insane though.
I love the character Trevor, and it just like makes me happy that like new people are playing GTA 5. Like, I was,
Trevor's insane though. He's just like he's a whole ass person. Like he is too much.
but I think that's like a good testament to the actor, Stephen Ogg's abilities. He does a good
He looks
job.
so different actually seeing him in Walking Dead.
I know. And you see him like versus his GTA 5 character because like obviously Trevor's supposed to look like he's done many hard drugs for many, many years. And
Yes.
so obviously the actor looks
Simon can't get drugs. He can't get drugs over there. Where's
the
he gonna get
guy
them?
just I don't know. I haven't been keeping up with The Walking Dead lately. You never know. They might have like a Walking Dead Breaking Bad crossover.
Damn, you might be right.
I don't know. This is like the last season and everything, but I'm like literally not paying attention to anything.
I haven't either. I not even the like freaking Jeffrey Dean Morgan parts.
I saw this thing, what you calls it recently that was like that Jeffrey D. Morgan, like his inclusion has kind of like ruined Walking Dead, which is kind of sad because he was such a great character, but I kind of like am inclined to agree. You know what I'm
I know.
saying?
I do agree too because it's like I love him and I want him to be in everything, but it's like I nothing could really top that season to me anyways. Like the whole like going against like the factory with Simon, everything else, and now it's like everybody's gone. Carl's dead. Rick
Yeah.
is kind of dead or doing something. Glenn's dead. Everyone's dead. Everyone's dead, Tia.
Everyone that we love dies.
Why does everything I love die?
Yeah, I don't know. I guess for those who are watching them, but it's like, all right, I know we gotta like wrap up soon and everything. I always feel like now like really shitty when I talk poorly about like The Walking Dead because I know that still has like such real die hard fans, and it's like they shouldn't feel like neglect, like you know what I'm saying. But at least they get like an actual ending. I'm sorry, I'm an American Gods fan, and I was like deprived of my opportunity for a fourth and final season. So I'm gonna stay salty. But
She's gonna stay salty.
do you Walking Dead fans? Do you? No, I don't know where it's coming from. But anyway, Brittany, this was an interesting episode of Coffee Break Back. We had a little bit of technical difficulties, but it's okay. Just a little. Just a little. You're going to be here in New York soon, so we'll be doing a an in-person coffee break. I'm looking forward to that. Really quick, why don't you let everyone know where they can find you, what you got going on next?
Gonna say you could always find me on Twitch at Itty Bitty Brit. Also, starting to get YouTube videos edited and put out there. So YouTube channel is Itty Bitty Brit. And then also you can find me on Twitter at Itty Bitty Brit 0. So one of those is gonna get you to me. Just look for pink cat ears and you'll be there.
Probably try and follow her on Twitter. Definitely the superior social media site after Facebook and Instagram were down today. But
oh shit, I didn't know that.
Oh girl, where you been? Like Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, anything owned by Facebook was down for hours today. But that's a story for another time. Everyone, please make sure that you're following Brittany. As for me, please make sure that you're subscribed to this channel, Geek Vibes Podcast. I really, really, really appreciate it. The video that I'm going to plug right now is Juwan and I recently did a review for the Many Saints of Newark. So I will link that down below. Please make sure you give that a view and like it. Let us know what you thought of Squid Game, and are you excited for Tiger King Season 2? And if you are looking to follow me on social media, I'm on Twitter at TC_Stark, and you can follow me on Instagram at the same handle, but who knows how long any of those apps are going to be around. But anyway, it's been real, and Brittany, I can't wait to do this actually in person. Until then, guys.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye, guys.